there's a silence you learn in this job. It's not an absence of noise, it's a pocket of absolute focus in the middle of chaos. The silence when you're assessing a patient, the world a screaming blur around you, but all you hear is the rhythm of their breathing. For 10 years, that silence was my sanctuary. But after what she did, there was a new silence. A cold, heavy one that settled in my heart. The silence of a friendship bleeding out on the floor of the firehouse. This isn't a story about a single, explosive act of revenge. It's about the slow, methodical application of a skill set. It's about proving your worth, not with words, but with action, in a crucible so intense that all lies are burned away, leaving only the hard, undeniable truth. My name is Elena. I'm a paramedic. My ambulance, Unit 7, is my office, and my partner, a gruff but loyal veteran named Mike, is my work husband. For a decade, I've dedicated my life to this city, to being the calm in the storm. The next logical step, the one I had earned, was captain. The promotion was all but mine. I had the seniority, the commendations, the respect of the crews. I also had a best friend, another paramedic named Chloe. Chloe and I came up together. We went through paramedic school, celebrated our certifications, and held each other's hands after the bad calls, the ones that haunt your sleep. I still remember the night we sat on the bumper of the rig after a particularly bad pediatric call, sharing a thermos of coffee, not needing to speak. She was the only one who understood. She was brilliant, sharp, and ambitious. I thought her ambition was a mirror of my own. I didn't realize it was a knife she was sharpening behind my back. The promotion interviews were a week away when the whispers started. A rumor spreading like a virus through the station houses, that I froze on a call, that a patient had died because I hesitated. It was a lie, a grotesque twisting of a chaotic multi-car pileup where we had done everything humanly possible. But in our world, hesitation is a death sentence to a career. My captain, a good man named Battalion Chief Miller, called me into his office. He looked pained. "Elena," he said, "the board can't ignore this." An anonymous complaint was filed. I was unofficially removed from the running for captain. The promotion was handed to the next most qualified candidate, Chloe. She came to me, her face a perfect mask of sympathy. She hugged me, told me how unfair it was, how she would find out who did this to me. In that moment, holding her, I felt a chill, so profound it had nothing to do with the air conditioning. I knew. I didn't know how, but I knew. It was her. My partner, Mike, knew it too. "She's a snake, Elena," he grumbled, cleaning out our rig. "Always has been, but you can't prove it, so what now?" I looked at the long line of ambulances, at the fire engines gleaming under the bay lights. This was my life. I wasn't going to let a lie chase me out of it. "Now?" I said, my voice quiet but steady. "Now I work. I do my job. And I wait." For 6 months, I endured it. Chloe's reign as captain was death by 1,000 paper cuts. She managed by memo, obsessed with perfect uniform inspections and the proper filing of trip sheets. Real readiness, the gut-level intuition of the job, was a foreign concept to her. I watched as she once delayed a response to a cardiac arrest by 3 minutes because the reporting paramedic used the wrong 10 code. 3 minutes. To a man whose heart had stopped, she was building a kingdom of perfect paperwork while the city burned. I kept my head down, documented everything, and waited for my moment. It came on a Tuesday in the form of a citywide disaster drill. It was a massive, multi-agency simulation called Operation City Shield. The scenario, a catastrophic structural collapse at the downtown convention center during a major event with hundreds of casualties. Every firefighter, every police officer, and every paramedic in the city was involved. And the person chosen to be the on-scene medical branch director, the one in charge of the entire triage and transport operation, Captain Chloe. It was her chance to shine, to prove to the top brass, including the formidable Division Chief Hayes, that she was the future of the department. The call came over the radio, and the city exploded into a symphony of sirens. We were the first medical unit on scene. It was staged chaos, but it was designed to feel real. Fire trucks everywhere, police setting up a perimeter, and dozens of volunteer victims, covered in fake blood, and screaming in mock agony. Chloe set up her command post, a sea of charts and radios. Her voice was confident as she started giving orders, but I could see the panic in her eyes. This wasn't a textbook problem. It was a fluid, three-dimensional nightmare, and she was already drowning. She was sending units to the wrong staging areas. Her triage sector was a mess, with critical patients getting overlooked while walking wounded were being prioritized. Mike and I were assigned to the heart of the collapse zone. We were triaging patients when a new call came in from the drill supervisors, a real-time injection to test the command structure. A secondary collapse in the parking garage, trapping a group of firefighters. It was a complex, high-risk scenario. Chloe's voice crackled over the radio, hesitant, unsure. She ordered a single rescue unit to the scene, a response so inadequate it was laughable. Division Chief Hayes, a man who had seen real-world disasters, was standing near her command post, his face a thundercloud. I knew this was it. This was the moment. I keyed my radio. "Command, this is Unit 7, I said, my voice cutting through the noise, requesting permission to deviate and assume tactical command of the parking garage incident. The radio went silent. It was a direct challenge to Chloe's authority, a massive breach of protocol, but it was also the right call. Chief Hayes' voice, not Chloe's, boomed back. "Permission granted, Unit 7. Handle it." What happened next wasn't revenge. It was a clinical demonstration of competence. I didn't scream or panic. I used the silence. I took over the radio channel for that sector. I calmly and precisely directed 3 additional rescue units to the scene. I established a casualty collection point. I coordinated with the fire battalion chief on site using proper terminology, anticipating his needs before he even asked. I turned Chloe's chaotic mess into a textbook operation in under 5 minutes. The trapped firefighters were rescued. The casualties were triaged and tagged. The operation was a flawless success. When we emerged from the parking garage, I saw Chief Hayes talking to Chloe. Her face was pale, streaked with tears of humiliation. My face was just streaked with sweat and grime. I didn't say a word to her. I just nodded to the chief. He nodded back, a look of profound understanding in his eyes. The next day, I was called into the chief's office. He didn't mention the rumor, the lie, or the stolen promotion. He just slid a report across the table. It was my performance evaluation from the drill. It was filled with words like exemplary, decisive leadership, and grace under pressure. Then he slid another paper across. It was an official transfer order. Captain Chloe was being reassigned to head up the department's supply and logistics division. A role, the chief said with a pointed look, that better suits her administrative talents. The captain position for our station was now officially open. He pushed an application form towards me. "I trust you'll reapply, paramedic." I walked out of his office and back to my rig. Mike was there, a rare, wide grin on his face. "Welcome back, Captain," he said. I didn't destroy her with a confrontation. I didn't expose her with a secret. I just did my job. I did it better. And in the crucible of chaos, where all that matters is competence, her lies burned away, and my truth was the only thing left standing. Have you ever had to prove your worth in the face of a lie? Share your story of quiet competence in the comments. And if you believe that actions will always speak louder than words, hit like and subscribe to Hearts in Uniform. Your dedication is your honor.